Alright. So, let's see. How long have they been playing? Okay, it looks like Goon Squad is on the blue side. Blue side or red side? Red side. Goon Squad is on the red side while Dietarians is on the blue side. So far it seems that the Goons have Darius top lane, one of the popular juggernauts now. And Kalbi's running mid lane Lux into Anivia mid. Anivia is going teleport, interesting pick for a summoner spell. And 7 minutes in, 2 kills to 1 for the Goon Squad, and 10k to 9k, 1k gold lead. It's streaming, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we're having other people solve that right now, but in the interest of streaming, we will be showing this game instead. Let's see. Right now, the Goon Squad team has a massive CS lead in the bot lane. Looks like top lane has 2 kills over the Aurelia. You want to switch up, like fix the things? Okay, looks like Zedia tried to go and do some counter jungling, but it's going to be caught by what's it called? What's the team's name again? Dietarians. They're going to be caught by the Vi. Screw it. Q goes back onto the red buff. We're going to do some dancing around the red buff in order to see who's going to get it. And it looks like a wall comes down. The Vi gets actually knocked up by a bubble, but Kalbi's actually pretty low. The Q lands on the sun goes, and Flash goes away for Lux. Managed to get away safely. But Lee Sin actually managed to pick up the red buff in the end. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Darius is actually doing some massive amounts of bullying onto this Aurelia. It's not a good matchup for her. Now it's actually a 2k gold lead between the teams. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage going down on Aurelia. 3 hammer stacks, there comes the dunk, 5 stacks, and bang! Darius takes down Aurelia for his 3rd kill of the game. Meanwhile, Kalbi's actually clearing the mid lane wave, has the 10 CS lead over the Anivia. Anivia managed to catch the wave as she comes back to mid lane. And looks like Blue's going to be passed off to Lux, so she keeps spamming her skills. It's like every single lane is actually winning right now for the Goon Squad. Matt, do you ever watch the Goonies?
The Goonies? No.
No, really? Bubble lands onto Stevie, but managed to get away in time. Playing the Soraka Tristana lane. That is like season 1.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Soraka's not as obnoxious as it used to be, but still is. It's like according to Broken Shard, this coach for Dignitas EU, Broken Shard says that playing like Soraka is basically a clown fiesta. Looks like that Aprian comes down, but Equilibrium Strike spawns from Aurelia. But Darius is actually quite low in mana, so going to have to cool it down with those spells. But the snare goes on to Anivia. She's out of mana, but she has the blue buff, has to flash away. Here comes the laser beam, but the egg gets popped. But not into the frying pan. Snare comes down again. Here Lux with more spells, but Anivia managed to fly away, more like. Now the bot lane of Goon Squad actually has come up and it looks like they're going to try to take the dragon, and Swag like Kai is constantly being pushed into his tower. They're working on dragon right now. Lee Sin has a Q on him, and the Goon Squad has managed to get the first tower, not the first tower, first dragon of the game. And they got the first tower. Excuse me. They take out the pink ward in the bush, and they're slowly gaining control over the Dietarians' red side jungle. Dietarians need to have some better control of that, though they do have the wards over there. Looks like they're going to mid lane use Caitlyn's superior range right now to poke down the tower.
Despite Anivia's vastly superior wave clear, they were able to poke down Anivia.
Yeah. Anivia, I believe she still has a blue buff, or not anymore? No, she doesn't have it anymore, so she's forced to rely on the catalyst to keep giving her mana. Darius has gone back. He has double the CS of Aurelia, and he's picked up a black cleaver, which is fitting because Darius has an axe. I'm not sure why it's called Black Cleaver. Interestingly enough, some Roasted Beef is actually playing in the support role this game. I believe Roasted Beef was a top laner for a while. He liked playing Trinomir. It's like Zedia is getting down to some counter jungling, steals away to Gromp from the Emu. He's quite enraged. That's why he's enraged Emu. But stun goes down onto Kalbi to keeps him from walking back to his tower. He's supposed to go up towards the top lane, and the Buster Shot, Explosive Shot combo managed to take the kill onto Lux, and it goes on to Tristana. That's going to help her a bit catch up to the Caitlyn's still 40 CS lead. However, they both do have BF swords. And here comes the tidal wave. Stevie sort of tries to get away, but he gets caught by the bubble, and the Lee Sin kick will take down Soraka. Matt, have you ever seen pictures of those mountain ghosts trying to climb mountains, but they get into like really awkward positions?
I've seen those. Those terrible gifs where we have eagles pushing goats off cliffs.
Okay, so unfortunately we didn't have Anivia doing that to Soraka, but basically that's just what it was looking like. Now anyway, looks like Darius is actually pushing past Aurelia's tower in between the outer and inner towers and just bossing Aurelia out of the lane. Zedia actually lands a Q onto Soraka and caught her out in her own jungle, but comes Tristana hopefully to help her out. And just in time with the Soraka ultimate, manages to get the kill onto Tristana. I think as long as the Dietarians manage to stall this game with such strong wave clear out of Anivia, they would be able to sort of survive. But Twilight Kyle gets caught in the apprehend and gets hit by the Decimate, half health right now, and it's not looking good. But oh, the flash dunk goes down onto the Aurelia. That's the 4th kill in the game for Maulface. And Snail lands down onto the Vi. Looks like the net's going to miss just barely, but geez, this is not looking good right now. It's already almost a 4K gold lead for the Goon squad of NYU. And Darius out of mana, but he's pushing down that tower in the top lane. Already pushed past the outer one. 2 towers to 0, 1 dragon to nothing, 5 kills to 3, 14 minutes in. This is not looking good at all. And looks like Kalbi's actually going to pick up an Unholy Grail from Athene's Unholy Grail, excuse me. And that's going to help him with his mana and his cooldown reduction. He could actually go Morella Nomicon as well, so he can get the 40% cooldown reduction if he's running that. If he's not running cooldown already. Is he running cooldown reduction right now? Because if you, as Lux, you can actually make it so that you, let's see. Okay, he's at like 32% right now. So basically, if like another like 10% cooldown item, he'll be able to shoot his laser at max rank every like 30 seconds, which is absurd.
Not only powerful for team fights, but also for wave.
Yeah.
If they should ever feel that they're being pushed in.
If you're not familiar with the TSM Azubu Frost playoff match from Season 2 Worlds, basically Rapistar built a CDR Lux build and just kept shoving TSM in over and over with the massive beams. But Stevie gets caught up by Lee Sin. Here comes Tristana, and the range even comes in with the Viol, and Stevie managed to pick up the kill onto Caitlyn. But here comes Darius with TP, and Nivea's come down too. Lux beam comes across, but then Darius is actually trapped in the storm of Nivea. Wall comes and cuts down the escape path of the Darius. Lee Sin has to flash out, and Blacklight Kaya is trying to come in, but he gets caught by the wave. Nivea actually is trying to move up too, but she can't fly fast enough.
Disastrous team fight for the squad.
That managed to actually get 2 kills over to Dietarians. Still, actually only a 3K gold lead this time. So it's a little bit, they're just crawling their way back. 1 kill at a time. They're going to fall back and pass the blue over to Lux. And Infinity Edge has been completed for the Caitlyn. Well, in terms of gold, Nivea is actually ahead by around 300, while Darius is actually like at least 2K, 2.5K gold ahead. Darius is going to be doing some massive damage. I think that in that last team fight, Darius should have picked a target and stuck on it, because he just ended up getting caught and kited out by the Nivea and all the different suns coming out of that team. Looks like Goon Squad is actually going to go for the Dragon. And he managed to secure the second one. Here comes the teleporter of Aurelia. And Range Emu tries to go in and solo 1v4 the team, but doesn't get any follow-up. The Darius is going in, tries to go, and mid-dunk gets killed, but the Lux laser comes across. The Storm comes over, but the Aurelia gets killed, actually by the Hemorrhage Tick. Nivea is currently in her egg form right now, and it's Rocket Banana tripping it away. Finally, Nivea respawns. Stun goes down to Lux, and will it actually get the kill? No, it's actually a 3 for 3. 8 kills to 8. That was some very interesting play from Nivea, and being able to kite that out and drop the walls. It's almost like Helm's Deep, except we didn't have any orcs. Why don't we have an orc champion in this game?
Well, that's too straightforward. Riot needs to add their own little flavor to fantasy. Through fairies, through cyborg,
A
samurai,
cyborg.
cyborg samurais, you know?
Cyborg Samurai. What, the stun goes down onto Lux? Is she disconnected?
Oh.
Maybe. That was a very strange, that was very strange. Very, very strange.
Oh, that was bad manners.
Yeah, Calby's calling it out. And apparently Calby had DC'd. But he's taking it in stride. Seems like both teams Soraka actually runs into the Darius. That was not good. And the Buster Shot somewhat managed to save Soraka, but Darius is coming back in. The dunk comes out, flash away, so Darius can't actually get more. Does some health regen from the Q, and Darius will just walk away. It looks like he's going towards a Sunfire Cape or a Dead Man's Plate.
A Dead Man's Plate would be significantly more useful for Darius,
Yeah.
given how hard it is for Darius to engage. He's very much reliant on his positioning
Yes.
or on Nami's speed up. The Nami pick is very good for Darius.
However, if in a team fight, he will actually have to run through the Nivea's Glacial Storm, which will slow him. I believe slowing actually causes you to lose momentum stacks. So that might be an issue. It looks like Swaglet Cat is going to try to catch up, but Lee Sin's coming up in order to take him out. He has a Warrior enchant on the Ranger's Trailblazer, and looks like to be building a Black Cleaver as well. That's a very crazy amount of arm penetration. But Lux seems to have caught by Undecisive, and Caitlyn picks up the kill with the ace in the hole. Stevie gets caught again by the Darius, and she's just running up with the Black Cleaver Rage, the Rage effect, and managed to kill Soraka for his 6th kill of the game. This does not look good for Tristana because she is just caught out like a cat in the rain. And that's a double kill for Maulface. Maulface is just taking over this game. I really think that the Dietarians need to group up in order to actually sort of kite away the Darius and just basically stall out the fight so that they can get their damage over time down.
The squad has just simply been able to
Yeah.
outmaneuver
Yeah.
Riot.
And they've basically made it so that the Vi, played by Enraged Emu, is just irrelevant in this game. All game we've seen Zedia just living in the Dietarian jungle, taking the Gromp, taking the red buff. They've had such good dragon control. If you look at the ward line right now, all over here is places that Darius could potentially TP to once his TP is up in around 10-15 seconds. And this entire side of jungle is just taken over by the Dietarians. It's taken over by the Goon Squad. Right now, the only real hope is that Anivia can just stall out the game, like similar to how Ziggs would back in Season 4. Tristana hopefully can go online because they're somewhat even.
Though Caitlyn doesn't fall off, Caitlyn simply just scales less.
Yes. Yes. And Tristana actually, I don't believe is the massive power she used to be in the late game. She's more of a tower pushing machine. And like that, her role before has been replaced by champions such as Jinx and Vayne. Yeah.
She still does have her passive that gives her one of the longest attack ranges in the game. However, her attack speed is one of the lowest for
Yes.
a normal MMO.
Which is why she has to have the rapid fire. It looks like the Goon Squad actually has gotten 2 pinks around the Baron pit, looking like to gain the vision control there. However, the Dietarians have actually gotten the Scuttle Crab in that area. And it looks like being pushed out by the Goon Squad. The ranged Emu actually takes the Smite onto the Wolf to get the vision of the team. And yeah, here's the Goon Squad again, going into the Dietarian jungle and taking it over. As long as they keep pushing their advantage and the pressure of the Darius and the pick potential with the Lux and the Lee Sin, this is not going to look good for the Dietarians right now. And yep, there's the Dead Man's Plate coming in for Darius, but Aurelia has finally finished her Triforce, so at least she'll be doing some damage if you manage to get in the back line. Lux comes down with the laser onto ranged Emu along with Ace in the hole. Great interesting combination coming in from the Goon Squad, being able to lock someone down and with the, not even lock someone down, just target someone with the Caitlyn ultimate and then throw the Lux Laser over. And it looks like they're just going to use the Darius special to siege in, and Darius is going to go in, but she's been exhausted. Wave comes across, Twilight Kyra's been using Q'd, and then the Caitlyn actually takes down the tower. That's all they really want to do. Lux lands a Q onto Stevie, but Stevie actually gets taken down as Soraka. And that's another kill going over to Caitlyn. 3-2-3. She has Infinity Edge. She's going for Static Shiv right now for the wave clear because it's good to have not just Lux doing the clearing. Lux is actually going for the Rabadon's Death Cap. And looks like going to take their third dragon at 23 minutes. This is not looking good for the Dietarians at all. Tristana's trying to desperately catch up. She's finally only around 10 CS behind of Caitlyn. But Caitlyn's put so much pressure onto this game compared to the Tristana.
The squad can't close out by 37 minutes. They'll certainly have the 5th dragon to help them close out.
Yes. And it looks like Twilight Kyra tried to take out the Pinkwood there, but she's going over both of them, and with Fent onto Caitlyn, he's just running after Aurelia, just pushing her off. That's insane. And Piltover Peacemaker comes across the wall, stops it back, and Maulface is actually down in the bot lane putting pressure on the tower. And Rage Emu cannot stand up to this Darius. And he has to apprehend, and yeah, he has to just basically Vault Breaker away. There's nothing that Enraged Emu can do other than try to clear the wave right now. So he can't...
less damage than you would have expected out of a 7-3 Darius.
Yeah.
Probably helped out by the single cloth armor that Bias built up.
Yeah.
Over time, with enough armor, Darius' lead will slowly diminish.
Yeah.
Still only 2 champions on a diet.
Yeah.
Have armor yet.
But right now, it's a 7k gold lead by the Goon Squad over the Dietarians. 5 towers to 0, 3 dragons to 0. And Rage Emu actually goes in with a Vault Breaker, Assault and Battery onto the Darius, and looks like they're going to take him down for Tristana to get the shutdown gold, because Tristana is basically their only hope. Fent is crying out for his teammate, but the Goon Squad is actually just taking the Baron instead. Just managed to drag the entire Dietarian team down. Twilight Kyrie managed to respond. Maybe he can stop it. Maybe is it going to be actually a Miracle Seal? No, the Lee Sin actually takes it, but the wall separates the Goon Squad. Some Roasted Beef is in the pit still. She managed to flash his over. All 3 of the remaining members of the Goon Squad are low. Can they actually catch up? Just don't walk at a Cupcake. Yes, he managed to get over the... And then here comes the Glacial Shroud. Not Shroud, Glacial Storm, and that's a double... That's 2 kills more going over to the Dietarians. I'm actually surprised that they weren't able to get it down faster, and the Goon Squad basically lost the Baron on everyone except for Roasted Beef. Roasted Beef managed to get away, and Dietarians are coming back, taking their first tower of the game in top lane. And yeah, maybe there's still some hope. But Maulface is actually coming around the back, flanking as a Darius, got the momentum, charging in. He's not Scion, but still does his job. And Tristana got caught by the apprehend. Buster Shot comes out. Decimate comes onto the Anivia. Dunk comes down too. He's now in the egg. But then the wall was actually gone now. That was from Anivia, and both kills go to Lee Sin. But at the same time, Twilight Kyrie is actually trying to take down the mid tower. He will get that tower down, and now it's just a game of cat and mouse, in which the cat is a freaking lion, and the mouse is a 2-dimensional character. Oh, that auto attack from Caitlyn did not manage to stop the recall on a Rage Emu. He managed to just go back just in time. Now,
5 seconds where damage can be dealt to a character.
yeah. I feel like the auto attack for Caitlyn, the animation is really slow, the projectile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not as slow as like Anivia or Karthus used to be, but dang.
It used to be significantly faster.
Yeah.
And the actual auto attack would arrive before you finish.
Yeah. Looks like they take away the red buff again. The Rage Emu actually gets hit by another Lux Snare, Light Binding. And Calby's actually picked up his Death Cap and Penetration Boots, while Anivia has Rod of Ages and Replicate Cap as well, looking to go towards the Void Staff. But the Goon squad, using their strength as a team, pushed down the bot inner tower of the Dietarians. Irelia is actually going for a Frozen Heart with the Great Glacial Shroud and the Wounds Mail. I'm going to keep mixing up Glacial Shroud and Glacial Storm because they sound very similar and they're both glacial. Slowly, I'll get it. Slowly.
Both S's.
What can go wrong? Hey, Heroes of the Shroud, you should go play that non-existent game.
Cough, cough, cough.
Cough. It's a blizzard. Ha 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 ha. Shout out to Britney Spears. And it looks like Roast Beef is still making use of the Baron buff. It's going to time out relatively soon. And all the outer towers of the Dietarians have fallen down. Dragon comes up in 1 minute. Might not be the most important dragon, but one more dragon will make it so that 5th dragon is a very real possibility for the Goon squad. Lee Sin's going to pick up a Spectre's Cowl in order to deal with the magic damage coming out of the Anivia. Meanwhile, Vi is actually going straight tank because she understands that tank stats are actually much cheaper to get than the damage stats in this game. Tristana is now 4-3-5, finished her Infinity Edge and Static Shift for the wave clear to make it even harder for a Goon squad to push in. She's looking to be actually going towards a Last Whisper with the pickaxe. On the other side, the Caitlyn is actually same build, Infinity Edge, Static Shift, and pickaxe. But the Darius has picked up a Black Cleaver, Dead Man's Plate, and a Starrick's Gauge? Starrick's Gauge. It's the one. Starrick's Gauge. I want to say Static's Gauge, but it's not Static. Static has a ship. Yeah, Starrick's Gauge is 500 health plus 32 base attack, and gains Starrick's Fury. It means it gets bigger. Aprian goes down on a Rage Emu. That's a lot of damage coming down. The wave comes down to Roasted Beef, picks up the kill. Q lands onto Roasted Beef, but that's just going to matter because Stevie gets hit by Lee Sin Q. But meanwhile, Tristana is actually being hit by those crits, and oh my god. The Lux Glacier comes across, kills Tristana. Lee Sin takes out Soraka. That's 3 kills for nothing. And it looks like Goon Squad's going to take their 4th dragon of the game. This is looking really bad because I don't think Maulface can actually be killed right now. But Irelia has actually finished her Frozen Heart, a full item behind the Darius. And yeah, this is not looking good at all. Locket of Iron Solari actually picked up by the Soraka so that she can at least somewhat heal back the poke from Lux. Q goes down and lands onto Roasted Beef, and he'll try to clear the way too. Irelia tries to Blade Surge in, but really it's not going to do much. Stuns onto Darius, and Vi goes in too. They're both going to try to change CC. Wall comes down to block Caitlyn and Nami away. Can they actually get the kill on the Darius? No, he heals from the Decimate. Dunk comes down, gets a turnaround kill onto the Irelia. I call that a fadeaway. Tristana's going to have to jump out. And then here comes the Lux Beam again. Heal comes out from Soraka, and they're going to most likely push in again for this inner tower, inhibitor tower. This is not looking good at all. They could probably even finish the game right here. And actually Barrett's coming in a minute too. If they want to go and take Tat, that's totally fine. It's just great vision control coming out of Goon Squad as well. Yeah. Like, I mean, this is crazy because they're just running across the map, going left and right. Like, if they were Pokemon, I would call them the Zigzagoons. And here comes the Lux Glacier going down on Stevie and Anivia. That just does so much damage. And man, I don't know what Dietarians can do because they're going to be outpoked every single time. The Lux Laser is so much longer than Anivia poke right now.
And with Anivia having so little magic, just that rocket helped out tremendously.
Yeah.
And without that, the result of
Funnily enough, Soraka is actually providing a very crucial part into keeping the Dietarians in this game, if they are in this game at all. It's actually an 11k gold lead. More like 10.5, but it's just ridiculous. 7 towers to 3, 4 dragons to 0. Baron's coming up in 10 seconds. And they just went back to buy for Caitlyn getting a last whisper. And she got a needlessly large rod. It is indeed needless, but not in its size. And it looks like Lee Sin's going to come over and try and take away the blue, but Emu actually smites it away. But now Anivia can't have the blue. Irelia is actually going to try a duel with Darius, but then her entire team is there. But so is Roasted Beef and Zedia. Q goes down onto Rage Emu, but they walk away. Tristana joins in too. But they have to watch out because Caitlyn's coming in with the AP item. Anivia's finished her voice staff. Wave comes down, wall comes out, laser comes down, and Tristana gets taken out. There goes the AD threat. Anivia's an egg right now. Rage Emu tries to go onto Vi, but Anivia goes down. Vi gets dunked, Irelia gets taken out, and it looks like it's a 4-0 for the Goon squad.
If that is a game, I don't know what will be.
Yep, it looks like they're going to just push into, just going to clear the waves so that the Sumins can actually go into the base right now. And it's going to keep wave clearing. And Soraka's going to try to dam this, but unless she becomes like a goat spawn or something from Lovecraft, here comes the teleport in for Darius. They're going to actually push down the Nexus turrets. That's the only time you're going to hear me say turrets like that. And it looks like game 1 is going to go over to the Goon squad. And of course they're going to try to pad their stats because it's the Goon squad. And yeah, 23 kills to 13. That was a bit one-sided. Victory! But there was no victor. All right, so we're gonna take a little break. Come back when game 2 is ready to go. Goon Squad is up 1 game to nothing of the Dietarians in this best of 3 series. We'll be right back.